Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Compliments. That's what we're talking about today. More specifically, 10 fragrances, designers, that are fantastic at pulling compliments and positive attention, that lean more toward the fresh side of things. We're talking summertime, daytime, compliment magnets. As always, guys, these will be linked in the description. Feel free to check them out down there. And also pause the video right now if you'd like some codes to some websites where you can buy fragrances. Let's kick things off with a fragrance that you probably wouldn't think of as like a sexy choice for a summertime scent because it's been out for over a decade. It's from a fragrance house that doesn't get a ton of love, and you can pick it up pretty cheap from fragrance discounters. So you put all that together and a lot of people are just gonna go, oh, no thanks. But in actuality, really good. It is Lacoste L1212 White, the Eau de Toilette. So like I said, this is the OG. There are a lot of other ones out there that will also get the job done for you. I really like L1212 Blanc Eau Fraiche. The Eau de Parfum version is also really nice, but the OG right here, this one may be the best bang for your buck out of them all. Yes, like I said, it's been out for a while and it's not gonna be the fragrance du jour of a lot of people out there, but for something that is very sporty, fresh, clean, and also has a nice classy edge, this stuff works wonders. So in the opening, you're gonna get grapefruit with a little aromatic touch. You have some florals as the fragrance dries down and a nice clean woody base. L1212 White or Blanc Eau de Toilette. This is a great choice for compliments during the summer. After that, from Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Another one that sometimes is overlooked nowadays when you're talking about fragrances that really garner attention when it's warm outside. This one has a great, slightly tropical edge to it. It's got star fruit, which is a note that is not used heavily in men's fragrances. It's also got a good amount of citrus in there, musk and woods as the fragrance dries down. Extremely easy to pull off. Versace Man Eau Fraiche, a fragrance that I have always had very good success with. Actually, for a time, it was my favorite Versace men's fragrance, period. And a big reason for that is because of how much positive attention it garnered, how many compliments it got. So one of those deals where you wear a fragrance a bunch of times and it seems like every time people are telling you how nice it smells, it makes you like the fragrance even more. And of course, the opposite can happen where you wear a fragrance a bunch of times and every time it seems like people are telling you how much it stinks. Eventually you're like, I don't even want to wear it anymore. Let's hop on over to Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Sun. Now, on a personal level, I like Light Blue Forever and Light Blue Italian Love a bit more. Just the opening of those fragrances works a little bit better for me. They have more of a natural citrus smell, a little rindy, a little bitter, a little Sour Patch Kids going on. I like it. Light Blue Sun, slightly different the way that it approaches citrus. It's sweeter and people might say fresher because it doesn't have that tartness to it, that slight bitterness that you get from Forever or Italian Love with that rindy sort of citrus. That is not to be found here, but that is a good thing if you're looking for just straight up compliments. It has grapefruit, it has bergamot, it has kind of an ozonic, airy feeling to the opening, a touch of coconut, giving you a little tropical edge as it dries down, which does actually help it stand out against most other fragrances anyways for summertime. Next, let's do Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male On Board. Now, this one has a similarity to some of the other Le Male flankers, like Aviator, for example. So with this one, you've got some citrus off the top, and it's on the sweeter side of things, but with this one, not like a super brisk, ultra fresh sweet. No, the sweetness is a little more slightly syrupy to an extent because you do have a good amount of tonka that's in here that you can pick up pretty much right away. It is not quite as aquatic as you might expect with the fragrance bottle being what it is, the color scheme and everything, and then the name being On Board. You might think it's gonna have a big sea salty blast, but it doesn't. It's more a clean, as I said, sweet take on an aquatic that focuses really on that tonka. But I'll tell you what, it is massively appealing. Le Male On Board, as well as in the navy, they are just great for pulling compliments, and they're also fragrances that most people not gonna have. So a win-win with that one. Next one is one that a lot more people do have, and it's Explorer from Montblanc, also known as Aventus Junior. This one has a really nice modern woodiness, good amount of fresh spice that pops there in the opening. A little citrus, not too much, but it helps lead you into the mid and dry down. Similarities to Creed's Aventus, of course, like I said, that's the thing that this is really known for being an inexpensive alternative to Aventus, and like Aventus, compliment puller. Great versatility with this one, maybe more so than most of the other fragrances here. Explorer is not really a fragrance that you would pigeonhole into being, you know, summertime, daytime fragrance. Some of these other ones maybe you would. This one, wear it just about anywhere. After that, let's talk about Gentleman Eau de Toilette, the original. Well, not the original, actually. There's a different original. What I meant by original here is that this is the Eau de Toilette, and then there were flankers that came out after it. Yeah, there was a Gentleman that looked like this that came out before this. So that is the actual original. So Gentleman 2017, this is an iris fragrance, but it is a much fresher iris fragrance than the ones that came out after it. The Eau de Parfum, Reserve Privé, Eau de Toilette Intense, all of those. The fruit that opens this one up that you're gonna catch the most of is gonna be pear. So that does differentiate it a bit compared to these other fragrances here that are more, you know, bergamot, grapefruit, things like that. There is lavender and geranium mixing together with the iris, again, giving you more of a fresh feeling here. The iris is a little bit more of that creamy style of iris, but it is not as heavy as the fragrances that came after in this line. And then you've got some nice leather and vanilla in here as it dries down, which really amps up that mass appeal here. And it's another one that I do enjoy because it is a little classy. So it gives you more usability. I tell you what, guys, just as a quick aside, I was smelling some ingredients before this video, and I was smelling benzyl acetate. Holy frig, it is all I can smell. I banish you. That's not gonna help, I'm still gonna smell it. Essentially smells like strawberry, banana, jasmine, just assaulting my senses. Next one, Coach Platinum. This one is nice and affordable. Some people may go with the original Coach for Men, and that would be a great choice too, because that also is very good at pulling attention, pulling compliments. Really, if you're going with a fresh, clean, blue type fragrance, you're pretty set. So this one has pineapple off the top. Again, a little different opening note there. Instead of the more typical citrus, you've got cashmere in here, vanilla, black pepper as well. And I recall when this first came out, it kind of drew comparisons a little bit to Luna Rossa Carbon, Dior Sauvage, because of the way that the open kind of comes across, you know, a little bit of that ambroxany type feel mixing with black pepper. But it is its own fragrance, does its own thing, but it does have that same kind of complement factor that those other two fragrances have. So it can be a great change of pace compared to those scents. It is a fragrance that you could pretty much use year round. It's not really just a summertime fragrance. And because of the price point there, it becomes almost like a win-win because you're not paying that much money. You're getting something that people love, that pulls compliments, that pulls attention, that has really year-round versatility. So it's a great fragrance to have in your repertoire, to have in your collection. But let's keep it blue with Y Eau de Toilette up next from Yves Saint Laurent. I do think that this re-release, reformulation, reimagining, whatever you want to call it, of Y EDT is a little bit better than the original Y EDT was. I did a video on that on the channel, so feel free to check it out, the new Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Toilette, where I go over a little more in detail the differences between the original compared to this one. That being said, they are similar, so it's not like there's a big difference between the original and the new release. Just little tiny improvements. So it's another fragrance with a nice airy opening. You've got bergamot and ginger there off the top, gives it this nice liveliness, little zestiness. At the same time, it's very clean. Lavender, geranium, clary sage as it dries down, and ambergris in the base as well. Also known as kind of, ambroxany kind of deal, but yeah, it smells good. Another fragrance with extreme versatility, office safe, great casually, fragrance that you could wear formally as well. And like pretty much all the Y fragrances, big compliment puller. Of course, most people say Y Eau de Parfum, probably the biggest compliment puller or most consistent compliment puller of the Y line. But if we're talking middle of summer, Y Eau de Toilette, it's gonna be a little easier to pull off because it's not quite as sweet, not quite as heavy. You could wear Y Eau de Parfum during the summer, but you'd wanna dial those sprays down. Follow that up with Missoni Wave, which is absolutely, without a doubt, the best fragrance in this list, 100%, because it has a cap that does that. Can we? All right, 80th time's the charm. Whew. Is it really the best fragrance out of all these? I mean, nah, I'm just screwing around. It's got a magnetic cap. But it does smell awesome. A really good aquatic fragrance. A little dash of sweetness in there. It smells similar to Versace Pour Chanel L'Homme Sport. We all know that already, but it is on the more affordable side. You can pick it up from discounters for not that much. Bottle is beautiful. Has just the right amount of sweetness in there with that aquatic touch that makes it extremely appealing. It is a standout summer daytime fragrance. This is one of the best bang for your buck fragrances that you can get if you want something that's gonna have you smelling awesome all summer long. Last fragrance is in another blue bottle. It's from Ralph Lauren. It is Polo Blue Parfum. I really like Polo Blue Parfum. I think that the new bottle style, even though it's pretty similar to the old ones, does look classier, does look more modern, does look nicer. And the fragrance itself, which is the important part, also smells really nice. Has a really appealing aromatic touch to it. Some spice from pink pepper in there as well. It's got mandarin orange, slightly different opening with that citrus compared to bergamot and grapefruit that we talked about before. Mandarin orange, not gonna be quite as sweet, gonna have a little green edge to it. As it dries down, you get oak in there, you get vetiver. The oak is gonna give you a light, smoky touch, almost like incense. It keeps that Polo Blue DNA in there. So you can trace this one back to like Polo Blue Eau de Parfum, for example, but I do feel like this one is gonna be the most modern of the bunch, obviously the newest. And has this great like transitional ability, day to night type fragrance where you could wear it at the office and it's gonna work there very well. And then it's going to work during the evening also just as well. Just a wonderful smelling scent to me. One of the best Polo Blue fragrances easily. And that one's gonna wrap it up. So there you go, 10 different fragrances for the summer, for the high heat, that are amazing compliment pullers. Some of these a little more obvious than others, but all of these great at pulling attention. Thank you guys, I'm out of here. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.